we start to capture. We need to capture it live stream also, so let me cue that.
And in the meantime, just let everybody know this is what we call our casual getting together meeting. It's a community managers meeting, and we actually make sure that we share in the food and the blessings. And also, coffee chasers are in the room. So DeVoe went out to catch some coffee and bring it back for yours truly, because they need it before they start.
Yeah, and we fed them fish.
That's not good enough.
And we fed them, I told them to go get it. I decided I'll pick up the tab. And so they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
So you can see we're all stuffed and fished out.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you guys, let me tell you, so the community manager meeting, there's actually a pair meetings that we're starting for 2013. And remember, it could change because we do change. But the idea was to have at least 1 hour a week where I kind of told you guys kind of what I thought was important and what was going on, and also fielded questions. And then the second part, which is tomorrow night also at 7:30, is where I specifically respond to whatever you want to talk about. Okay? And we may be opening this one up too. So keep that in mind. Remember, we have one thing about us, we are flexible. So those of you who are listening, if you get in the chat room, if you pose questions to us, we're working out our whole ability to handle that stuff. And so when you're part of this meeting, it is like a reality television show in that we have things that we have to cover amongst ourselves. We just think that you'll find it valuable.
Is there an extra tab open? There's no video. Thanks, Mac. I caught it just right now, and I'm not getting anything even when I...
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, we may have... Yeah, live stream just went like... Probably open tabs.
I'm working on that, you guys. Live stream's just been a bitch today.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming with that.
Just so you guys know, if you go to our IMAX viewing room, which is at Pax Stereo, you just go to the IMAX. Temporarily, you can actually go look at us through Justin TV, Ustream, and or live stream. So if one of them falls out because they're separate apps, you can always click the one that still shows you our broadcast. That's why we have 3 of them. So if you go to paxstereo.tv /index.htm, that way you have the choices. So just remember, live stream is not the only place we show the video. Just so happens that a lot of times it drops in and out. I'm following you, Marty, to see what happens right now.
So switch to you can use your wire.
Sure
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Thank you.
All right, so...
Thank you. All right, sorry, everybody. Now, I can't explain why these technical things occur.
Right.
They do. We have a tremendous capacity to adjust on the air, and we thank those of you who bear with us when we have those things, because sometimes they do come up, and I will attempt to fix them on the air. Remember, whenever you have trouble, we are simulcasting on a bunch of different platforms, so you could go to Ustream, Justin TV. If you go to our IMAX room, you could pick which one you want to log into. That's at the paxstereo.tv. And in the top of the menu, you'll see IMAX View Room. That's all 3 of the rooms.
I put in the chat room already.
That's right. And all 3 of the chat rooms, and you can go and be in all of those. Or pick the one, just usually use one player, right, unless you got a super connection. But if you have a super connection, you can do all of them. Okay? So you guys, some of this meeting is really how we talk to each other. And the whole idea of the reality television part is to share with you our journey. Because this is a journey. We don't have it all figured out. It is an experiment. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, the whole idea is that we have a 24-hour broadcast platform. And it has now been broadcasting 24 hours for almost 3 years. With glitches. Because every time Windows crashes, it crashes.
Or one of the 3 apps may crash, which live stream, being the most robust, tends to have the most problems.
Exactly. So we're pioneers in this aspect, but the idea is we're sharing the how-tos with all of you. We're going to field questions. So remember, if you have questions about what we're doing, things like that, jump into the chat room. We will attempt to deal with some of those today. Okay? We will attempt to deal with some of those today.
Right.
Okay? All right, but what I'm going to do is attempt to show you some of the things that I think are upcoming and most important as relates to us. Okay? Now, before I go too far, got to acknowledge all the folks in the chat room, Vic.
Oh yeah, they're all here. The family's here.
The family is here.
There are some people who may be missing. The soulmates are missing. Of course, the what we call the soulmates of the married or the special people that have significant others.
Well,
They're
we
not
call them the chat room of Maritime, because you can see Norman Ross from Cleveland,
here.
braving the cold, and we're having 30-degree temperatures here. So we think we have it cold, but it's nothing, huh?
No, we don't have
Nothing like that.
No.
So we got to send out our love to them. Matt McAllister, G&M Bureau Chief.
Dropped again.
Dropped again, huh?
Right. Remember, you guys, we're monitoring. This is part of what we go through. This is the testing. So this is a live testing of when we always upgrade or enhance our system. Right now, live stream is going in and out. I put the link for the IMAX viewing room so you can pick between the 2 or 3. We're back again. So, Mario, what I figure is going to happen, we're going to probably have continuous dropouts.
And it's not a CPU issue.
Right.
So maybe the government's tired of me.
That may be it.
You know, I kind of criticized the administration a little bit.
And it would be nice, too. That's cold, man. It would be nice that if anybody is trying the IMAX, to say if their Justin and or Ustream comes up, and if they're having any problems, let us know. Other than that, just we'll just keep flowing. But remember, you have the choices there.
Hey, just so you guys know, I wonder if I can. I had that up here. No, I don't. I was going to show you that IMAX view room. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, because Jesse, you can see it right there.
What I just saw.
Yeah, you see there, and that's what.
Different.
That's actually the page that we want you to learn to work with in the future. Because remember, the idea is you can log. We want you to communicate in all the chat rooms.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a different one, and you can choose which one of the displays that you use. Wow.
Yeah, it's going in and out. We have no idea, and sometimes it could just be. It could be anything. It could be on live streams in. So it's going to happen. You know, the audio stays, but the video goes.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, so far. Just on live stream, not on Justin and not on Ustream.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. I mean, well, better.
Well,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you guys. Now let me talk about today is in the community manager meeting. The idea is I would tell you guys more stuff that I, give you guys information that I thought was pertinent. And then theoretically on Tuesdays, you guys would ask more questions. But today, because we're all beginning, so it's way more loose, okay? Right. So I want to respond sort of things that we're going to do. So we'll change up a little bit, okay? Now, since Jezzy's here, the focus was to really refocus around Jezzy, because Jezzy is actually the first community manager project, okay?
Project.
Well, now why do I say that? Because I told Jezzy, I said, Jezzy, now, sometimes when we do things, we have to create the job.
Oh, right. So it's a project.
So that's why it's a project. And because of your special skills, we don't come into it with a fully set way of doing things. Okay. So some things will change. And why is that pertinent? Because you out there, you watching, no matter what you're doing, you're actually kind of the community manager for yourself. That's the idea what we were telling everybody. And you can use the same techniques that we use, more or less. Now, specifically those who are watching, our chat room regulars are a special group of people. They are my support system. And for the future, ideally, when we do special broadcasts, they will be in the chat room. Their only task is to help to communicate with all of you. And so many of them, we're in the process of setting them up as the moderators. But PMC, Norman, Matt McAllister, those are our moderators. They are our people. And so they are in there in that chat room. So when we do broadcasts in the future, ideally we'll let all of them know, and then they can pick and choose which ones they want to be in. But whichever ones they are in, they have a special status.
There you go.
Okay, so they do. So now, the community manager role has to be defined. Now, and it's been redefined, but there's some concrete things. The main thing the community manager has to do that is different than what everybody had. See, everybody has their idea of what a community manager is, right? And when I say community manager, that means someone who manages your fan base. So when you have people coming to your fan base, whoever they are, it could be 5 or 10 people. Remember, you're the community manager. So sometimes almost always it starts with just your immediate group of associates. And that may include people from online. So if you feel like you're the community manager for your stuff and there's 2 members, you're not alone. And don't trip off of that. Okay? That's the way they start. Okay? I remember it was me and I went looking for Vic. Okay? I'm just telling you. Just telling you. So, that's okay. That's the stage, all right? That's why I said the things that we do are relevant for everybody. That's why we're doing a show like this, because mainly I have to teach and discuss things with Jezzy. And everybody else is doing some of these things more or less. Norman has his own community. That's his website, his thing. Mac has his thing. PMC has this thing. So everybody's doing different things.
DeVoe has her thing too.
And we're going to continue even when we get the dropouts at live stream. So you guys know the
Just
options.
remind me when they come up.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. The dropouts
it came up.
And I'm inviting everybody also to remember to go to Ustream with Justin. I don't know why this is doing this.
It could be on the app. It could be an update. It could be a number of things that we don't. It could be quirky. And it's not the CPU usage so far.
It's not the CPU.
Right.
In
There
other
we
words,
back.
it's not the computer. Okay, so like I said, we'll keep working with it.
There we go.
We're
Okay.
still doing amazing things.
We are.
This right here is very cool.
And we're having fun. And remember, it's supposed to be a joyful process. And 2, remember that we are pioneers and ambassadors. What do I mean by that? Since no one else around you is going to be able to talk to you about this because no one else knows it. You can just give up. Your friends ain't going to get it. Okay? And that's what happens when you're pioneering. If everybody else knew about it, it wouldn't be pioneering.
That's true.
Yep.
There you have it.
So you guys got to remember, you guys are actually the pioneers. So when you talk to your people, you have to say, like, hey, PMC's doing it. PMC's going around, hey, this is my
PMC,
family.
You're doing it. Yeah. I wanted to say that.
He is doing it, isn't he? He's going around now, telling everybody, this is my family, this is what we're promoting. And again, we're all moving into those roles, okay? But again, so let's talk about the community manager, because the first thing we have to recognize is that, A, we are all community managers. B, yes, you have a small community. For many of you, it's a community of 1. But for most of you, it's not 1. It's at least 2, because I'm there with you, right? And
we're not
DeVoe.
alone.
And so you're not alone. It's a community of 8 or 10. Okay? So it really isn't. Okay? But that's what you're supposed to be starting with, really. And what you're going to be learning how to do is how to promote and gain members. And that's the function. Let me say it again. All of this is about promoting and gaining membership. So how we think of our role as the community manager has got to change. Now, when I say got to change, not to get rid of the things that we like and enjoy, because that is part of everything. In other words, DeVoe has a wonderful collection of videos that she has done, and she's posting them. That's wonderful. The whole thing we're supposed to talk about today is how to get her into using them and managing the actual broadcast.
And uploading them in DeVoe TV.
Right. Uploading the videos to wherever they have to go, right?
Okay.
And
But
because there's a broadcast player at Spoken Word, too.
But that's where I upload. But DeVoe
No.
TV is
You
different.
upload. You're uploading it into the video section. You're not into the broadcast. In other words, when you go to the channel,
Yeah.
there's a broadcast that's
Yes.
playing, right?
Yes.
None of you. Now, here's the thing. Nobody feel bad. To date, none of our people have ever learned to work live stream, really. The most, nobody.
We're
Now,
pioneers,
wait, let me
right?
say that. PMC has gotten the furthest, kind of. Okay? All right? But for the most part, so if you don't understand, and remember, I said virtually 100%. I can't name a person. Vic, can you name anybody? No, that's using live stream?
Not in our circle.
Yeah.
But I know people who have used. I know people who have used like our mixed DJ tapes or something. They're using live stream to spin their music. I know a few people are doing it.
Okay, but I
Yeah,
mean, none
not
in our circle.
No, not in our circle.
No, and they find it a little daunting, and part of it has to do with there's 2 parts of it now.
Right.
You got to be so, but that's ideally what you want. What you want on one level, but again, that's not really the full thing of being a community manager. But remember, all of us have the abilities to create a presentation when you arrive. whether that's a YouTube playlist that starts or doesn't start, or whether it's a live stream broadcast. All of us have the ability to do those things. So that's a decision we have to make. Okay? And adding videos to those playlists is part of the regular work. Whether it be a YouTube playlist, adding videos to a YouTube playlist, or to others.
It switched over to our automatic broadcast. See, this is twitching. It went to our playlist on live stream. So just bear with us, you guys. Remember, go to IMAX, pull that up. It's very easy because we're on a blackout now. It's just defaulting to the playlist player we have. It just happens.
Yeah, every time I keep catching it. It's just waiting for it to come back.
Yeah, and you know what? Just so you guys know, at live stream, it is a slower delay. Justin and Ustream are kind of working almost concurrently with our timing. Live stream is really delayed.
You may want to go to iMac, the packstereo.tv. At the top menu bar, VicTech show them. You can show them this right on. Here's what it looks like. Right here. See? Right there it says IMAX View Room. Then you can go into the IMAX View Room. And you'll see all three of our broadcasts, and you could pick the Ustream or Justin.
And make sure you use your same.
See what I'm saying? You can pick.
Login. Push play. A commercial may pop up, but you will see us. So definitely take advantage. It's best to test it just to see if it works, and it'll be great if you guys can let us know you tried it and it works. That's some good feedback for us.
Okay, so now let's back to the task of the community manager, because everybody's going to do this for themselves. Now, for those of you who don't understand, who are just watching for the first time, whatever you're trying to sell, whether it's your music, okay, whether it's your book, whether you bake cakes, make quilts, it doesn't make any difference what you're doing. The number one way to promote it is through short videos and getting those out there. That's the number one way in the world. So when you learn how to make little interesting videos about your book, your cakes, your quilts, your whatever you do, your clothing you make, your sewing, your massage therapy, your candles, whatever you do.
As he looks at me, your candles.
Whatever you do, this is the way to promote it and to practice promoting it. And remember, too, what we're advocating. Man,
I told you.
They can't see us.
No. Only at live stream is really, it's, we have our system set up so it automatically defaults to our broadcast playlist.
Okay.
So it's switching over to that automatically.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
the
switching.
broadcast keeps stopping.
Yes.
DeVoe, you can see it here when it goes out. When that's
And we're out.
Right.
Okay,
but they
cool.
can still see us at the other
Right,
option.
Yeah,
Justin.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are amazing.
All right.
See, they come in here and they make this happen, Jess. You know what I mean? Then they get frustrated because one breaks down. It's like, you guys got two running.
3.
I'm just saying, when the one breaks down, you still have these other two running.
Yeah.
Mario said 3.
Okay, yeah. No, we don't want two. We want 3 running.
No, it can be. It's easy to troubleshoot it after the fact, but it's better to test it while we're going.
Right.
And then, like you said, we don't know if it's a capacity of viewers, but I mean, we're in our account where it should be easy to handle the viewers, whether they're logged in or not. So we're doing okay. Just go to the options. You're still going to hear us, and then see us at the other options. So we might as well just continue.
Let's
going.
continue.
Yeah.
Okay, now remember, we're changing what we have to do, because remember, we mentioned everybody could have a broadcast player. You're going to make videos that promote whatever it is that you do. And you're going to put those in there. And you're going to make them as often as you can. And we're going to talk about a lifestyle, because what we've done that's unique is attempt to design something that it revolves around lifestyle. What do I mean? In order for any of us to do this successfully, we kind of have to live it. Now, when you say that, that sounds kind of overbearing. I don't mean I want to do all that. But what if we could live it in a way that's definitely doable? Okay? That's what I'm saying. So we're going to try, that's what I'm talking about. Well, because of today's technology, believe it or not, I think there's a way to do this that's livable. In other words, Vic and I run all of this together, and you're going to do a fraction of this. And as people will tell you, Vic and I have this running so smoothly that our friends, our associates, most of them have underestimated the workload. Like, you guys may not realize this, but DeVoe and Jezreel actually didn't realize we actually prepared for the show.
That was Brandy.
I didn't know that like 2 years ago.
Like, I have printouts, I have topics.
Prepared
for
Prepared, we
yourself.
have-
Pass. Okay. All right, morning coffee. We can get started if you want.
Well, everybody get the point. What I'm saying is that you have to prepare these things, okay? But let's get back to the subject. Let's get back.
I
So,
want to upload on the
right.
TV.
So everybody has to manage their broadcast playlist, wherever it is. I told you to might as well learn how to use live stream because it's free and state of the art. That's all I ever needed for me. For it to be free and state of the art. I was going to learn it. So what I'm saying is the easiest one is to manage a playlist at YouTube. That's the easiest one, and that's really functional, you guys.
Yeah,
So
I
there's
have
no
a playlist.
reason. Everybody should just, first of all, and you got to do the YouTube anyway. So make your playlist on YouTube. Always run that. But if whenever you feel like stepping up to the state of the art, that's going to be the live stream. Okay? Now, let's get back to the role of the community manager, though, because it's still not just running the playlist. The community's manager's job, especially in the early phases, until when you have less than 100 members, and this is all covered in the book too, in Buzzing Communities, and he explains it kind of nicely. In the early days of any community, when you have a small number of people, which all of us have, to some relatively, okay, then your main goal is to invite people. So that, and the whole idea they said is when you look at your average day, you should be attempting to invite personally 10 people to join you at the website and engage conversation. For example, DeVoe would be approaching people and say her own friends. They say start with your own community. Don't go outside your community. Right. Start with your people and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Come join me there.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
And I got like 4 people to join.
The goal is 10 a day. 10 a day. 10 per
A
day.
lot of people.
We're going to talk about that because there's places where you can go and
find
get people. But remember now, we're going to talk about this. But the first thing, again, is to identify. And remember, we're talking about what the role is because the community manager's goal is to recruit membership. Now, the other thing that the community manager's goal is to embrace the members you already have. One of the things that we are all doing to some degree, I'm really guilty of this, is neglecting our own communities that we already have. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's go take a look at packstereo.com. Okay, packstereo.com.
He's going to show you how he's neglecting.
Well, I'm just going to say, you can see how there's communities everywhere. Okay, how many people do we have? Okay, how many members do we have at packstereo.com? I think it's 200 something. I can't remember. We have different amounts at the different places. But the whole idea is that I should be making posts to my own community regularly. How many of us make regular communications to our community?
His Facebook might
Let's
be-
talk about,
Mario knows
and we're
that
gonna. Well,
I'm
yeah.
always
Now remember
posting
now,
and blogging and saying something
right?
crazy.
Now here's the
My
thing.
community's like, oh, there goes DeVoe.
Right. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. The one thing a lot of us have done, which is the least a starting point, is that we've made postings. We've uploaded videos. We made announcements. Now, understand that those are not two-way communications. Does everybody understand that those are not two-way communications?
Yeah, because it's not an open end.
Posting.
So,
and what else?
so when you do these things, what we have to do is attempt to shift our communications to those that enable two-way communication. So this is where we have to reach out to our membership and invite them into conversations. Like DeVoe would invite people to comment and rate the videos.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
See, in other words, we have to start, and again, I'm not going to focus. A lot of these are in the book, and I'm pulling them there from too. I'm just going to talk in general. So our focus has got to be to change so that we interact with our community. Now, I admit, I've been doing the one-way postings.
Yeah,
the
well,
tweets.
I
This is
guess
what
that's
I'm
like
reading.
Training day.
Well, see what I'm saying? I'm not saying remember, we're going to do it together. I'm not saying I'm saying I've been doing one-way communications. And the other thing is that I've been the master of automated communications. In other words, remember I told you when you set up things a certain way, when you set up YouTube and post a video at YouTube, it'll tweet that and send it to Facebook.
Right.
When you like something on YouTube, all you have to do is set it up. And it'll do these automated postings. And remember, what I've been teaching you guys is to have all the automated things set up. But those are never intended to replace
Two-way.
these two ways. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, the book does say that very clearly.
Okay, now let me give you the other example of communications. Because when you already have a regular distributed show, it's a little different. Like, say, Mac has his show is done every week. We do morning coffee Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What would be the helpful kind of things? To tweet or blog about the things that you didn't like or did like. Like, what if you really liked the hot pick? And you want, what would the community manager, the kind of postings that you would want to make after the show was like, that part was really crazy when Mario did that.
Right.
Post those things, or mainly try to make it a two-way. Did anybody else think it was crazy when so and so did this? That's actually better. I see. Remember, I'm practicing too. I admit it's taken me a minute, but I knew this, but it's glaring on my part. It's glaring. And you know why I do those kind of announcements? Because they're safe.
Yeah.
No, because they're safe. They're not personal. It's harder to be personal.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to be personal. It's easier just to make and state shit. I mean,
For real.
that's why I do it too. It's harder to be personal and write things to people. So I'm going to try this too. Okay, Vic?
Yeah.
What's happening in the chat room?
Yeah.
No, they're just listening right offhand and dealing with Ustream, and I'm actually going to be over here chatting on Ustream. Justin. I'm over in Justin, so I can at least show people exactly that I'm going to be chatting in 3 different apps because Livestream is still doing its in and out, and I believe it's an update. Usually it's a sign of an update that hasn't been taken care of, and usually our practice is to reboot the system. Well, didn't do it during this broadcast, and usually when it pops up, you know you want to take care of it before you go live. So I'm just going to attribute it to it's just an update, but we got options. So I'm going to be talking to people if you want to log in over at Justin and Ustream.
Yeah, let's do that too.
And I'm trying to still switch the stuff, you guys.
Yeah, because automatically our broadcast is coming up with artists that are performing that's in our rotation that people are familiar with. So, hey, just hang in there with us and we'll see how it rolls.
Hang in there, guys.
Yeah. And in the meantime, while Mario's doing that, if you want to give shout-outs to anybody that may or may not be watching, do it. It's the best time to do it. Recognition is the name of the game. I know you guys want to keep secrets from everybody, but you have tons of video out there that already spell your name, and even if it's spelled 3 or 4 different ways.
And that was target to me, everybody.
No, I'm not targeting you.
3 or 4 different names. I know I have 3 or 4 different names.
That's all right. Hey, look. I had to
spelling them different each one
Okay,
too.
we have to make it very complex, all right?
Right. Just so you guys know, over at Justin, if you want to know, I'm using the name EOV1. So you know
What does that stand
that's
for?
an exact. It's elements of Vic.
Nice.
But what's the bad part about it?
Nobody knows who you are.
Thank you. So what's the lesson? The lesson is why didn't I just use Victor Allen?
Why didn't you just use Victor Allen?
So
Because that's
then-
the lesson.
I was in the slow bus.
Oh, okay.
I was in the back of the bus.
Oh.
It had a flat tire. And I left my luggage at the last stop.
Well, then
So I gotta go
we
backwards.
can't even
Clearly.
help
I'm rebooting that system,
you. Can't
Vic.
even help
Okay.
you.
I'm rebooting that system.
All right.
So far behind, and that's
So we're going to move on while that system reboots. Everybody, Vic, you put in the chat room for them to come over to Ustream
Yeah, I've already put the link in. I'll do it again. I've already put the link in. So they
and tell
go.
them that we are rebooting.
Well, Mac is already experiencing. See, this is what we need. This is part of what we're going through right now. It's part of it. We need for you guys to test your conditions. Mac is going through. He's saying his Ustream is kind of jerky. But remember now, don't have a lot of tabs open. Whatever you do, don't have a lot of tabs
Right.
open.
Remember, don't have multiples. You're asking for it to be jerky.
asking for trouble.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't try to play multiple players.
No, don't do it. Don't open up
Get
multiple
some
tabs.
other computers.
Definitely.
I'm glad you told me that because I was just getting ready to try and open up Ustream too.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Well, no.
Well, I guess
You're
me too.
different.
I've got Justin.
You're different. You should attempt to run multiples until the computer crashes, so you can know where that
That's what
is.
you do.
Right. You're different. You should be on that screen and using that room because that's the one that has the multiples.
Okay.
And you can't have that with a bunch of the other ones. That's what Victor just said. So
You can't have
you were
this
just about to keep that open and open
Yeah.
another one, right?
Right.
The exact wrong thing
That's
to
what
do.
you-
That's what I just asked.
No, you have to pay attention to how many browsers you're running while you're on the show. Other time you can experiment, as long as you are paying
I
attention.
thought you just said that I'm supposed to try and maximize
You are,
and do.
not now, while we're on the air. At some time, when you're home alone, late at night,
I
when
didn't
your
hear-
parents
I
are
didn't hear
asleep.
that part,
Late at night when your parents are asleep.
but I trust you. Okay.
That's there you go. I
so
love that.
I'm gonna.
That's what I want. Trust. Trust.
Okay, so I don't have accounts with Justin TV. I'm not sure about Ustream.
Then you would make those because it
Okay.
takes how long?
Like
2 minutes.
I was 10.
Yeah, no, 2. It takes 5 if you add the picture.
Right. And most people don't realize when we say open up tabs, it's like you open up a tab to go to Facebook and then you click another tab to go to your Yahoo. You click another tab to watch video. When you open up those tabs, you click. You're dealing with the media side of your computer. And multimedia is a bitch
yeah.
when it grabs up your CPU power. So just try when you go to Ustream or Justin, open one tab only, one. Click Ustream and or Justin, and then go from there. And then also just realize, make sure your computer is updated every day.
Every
Yeah, if
Every
you're one of
day.
those people who doesn't do the updates, you're not going to be able to do any of this.
Right.
And not just on our site, on all of them. And I can tell you, with no updates, you got about 90 days, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it one central place you go to update?
No, everything needs to update. You have Windows updates, you got Java updates, you got all kind of Flash updates.
But they notify you, right?
Yeah, it depends on how you have your system set up. They
Okay,
can
so-
automatically do it.
Okay, here's
you
a
have that-
question that I've had for a minute.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe it's here.
You can ask it
Never mind.
anyway.
How do you sign out of live stream? Okay,
You don't
there
have.
is a way
Well, why are you trying to? But why are you trying
because
to?
I have to go to Ustream. I got to go.
You don't have to sign out to go to Ustream.
But you told me to not be in this.
You can just close the window.
Oh, and that. Oh, really?
Then you're
And
not
that's the
connected.
same?
Then you're not
Oh,
connected.
Okay. I got to figure out what to close. This
Well,
is a
first
new.
of all, you're in full screen mode, so come out of full screen so you can see your tabs at the top.
Oh.
Hey, Mario,
Oh,
you know what
that's
would be
what's
good?
missing. I can
Okay,
come- I
get
can
your
come-
tabs. F11 is what it is. Full
Oh, is
screen.
it? Okay.
F11.
I know most of the people kind of know what we're talking about, but you know
Oh,
what would
no.
be good, Mario? Is actually you can
I'll get
display multiple tabs just quickly.
Exactly.
Why don't you show that real quick when we say multiple
Okay.
tabs so they can
Let me
understand.
give you an example, you guys. Here's a browser. When we say multiple tabs, we're talking about these. These are called tabs. I know some of you guys will say, I can't believe you're explaining this.
I know.
Well, I know. But other people, yeah, believe it or not, remember.
Everybody has to be exposed
Well,
to
the
one
part of the
day.
thing that I said, and I'm not, and I guess I will
Explain to
hype it a
me.
little bit, is that the number one problem that I run into with people, the number one has to do with they don't understand Windows. We never have problems with the actual applications. Everybody that ever comes to me, 95% or more, have Windows problems, basic Windows problems. And most people should take a Windows class. They offer them free, local JCs and high schools. Some of them are a little bit of money, but I recognize.
Mario will know where the free ones are.
I'm just saying you can have online, so I'm saying the thing is most of the people have trouble with Windows. So like that, we have to explain tabs.
And but I have Windows 8 and it's hard to get to stuff. I have a hard time just trying to navigate and find
Well, I can
stuff.
show you. First of all, you have to be aware of which browser you're using. So why don't you? So that stuff we can work on separate. Most of you guys should install Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer, plus or minus Safari. That's 4 different browsers. When one is acting up, use the other. Okay, just as a matter of practice. I have them across the bottom of my computer so I can switch. So you should have on your computer Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and probably Safari. Okay.
Chrome, Firefox, probably Safari.
Yeah, probably Safari.
I have Firefox with the other guys. I remember Chrome. I used to have that on my computer.
That's Google, right?
All right, so that's in general, okay? And because they often act up and you just will switch. And half the time when you're having a problem, when you switch to the other one, the problem disappears. So when you have 3, you'll almost always get it going in one of them.
Cool.
Okay? All right. Now, so you got to pay attention to that. You got to pay attention to that. So they're having trouble getting to live stream, they say.
Right. Just flow. It comes in and out. So the best thing to do, because like I said, the best thing to do right now is just go to the option, the practice of going over to an alternative app to chat. Use your same login. It only takes a minute or so. And test which one gives you the best playback. Sometimes maybe your Justin may not be as well, working. They're different apps, so don't expect them to act like live stream. We've gotten spoiled by that. That's just the nature of the beast.
Exactly. So we got some stuff working. Again, sorry for the people for those who are there.
I know
for
that's
switching
a
up.
drag, because I know when I was back at the house, trying to get
Totally.
on, you feel like, dang,
Feel lost, don't you?
just come on back, guys.
Yeah, and probably the biggest practice is that even if you don't search out updates. I actually would go and search out updates. They can never come too fast.
Right.
They can always come slow.
Exactly.
And sometimes not every update is going to equip you with all the updates that are necessary. It's a standardized operation, and believe it, in the tech world, a lot of people actually can tell you, I'm going to send you these raw manual apps to update before the regular ones come down from Windows or a Java, that they're so on top of it, they get ahead of it, so they're not even waiting. But for the general public, they got to make sure that it all works and it goes out in one blast.
Yeah.
So this is part of it. Why are we doing this whole lesson? The lesson is that you go through this while you're live streaming. Imagine that this is what now you're going to be gravitating to on a daily basis. Your computer will be like your child. You got to feed them every morning.
Oh.
All right. Well, it seems to be working for the second, for this minute.
I wake up and I see my dog. It's like, oh, you're still here?
Yeah. And apologies to our viewers. I know some of you guys have come in and out, but this is part of what we're doing. And we usually don't go through this in evening broadcast. It's usually smooth.
Yeah, I don't know why we're having.
Very smooth.
But I will tell you this: we will be uploading. Okay, this just like we'll be able at 9 o'clock. We'll be rebroadcasting this morning show, so we will be uploading this to YouTube also. Okay, now. So and remember, tomorrow night we're here at 7:30 with your questions. So if you have questions from tonight, those who email the questions in get priority, just like the team gets priority. Okay? All right? Now, so we're going to start talking about specific activities that we're going to do in order to interact better with our community, embrace and support them, and also in terms of recruitment of new members. Okay? And how we go about doing that. Mostly what we're going to be doing is getting into the habit of making our regular postings. That's what I'm going to be doing differently. I'm going to be trying to post daily, essentially, at packstereo.com, neilurban.tv, okay, morning coffee with Mario.tv, okay, regular postings. And I'm also going to be attempting to do postings with the smartphones. I think all of us have got to practice doing short postings. Now, remember I told you, one of the good things about shooting videos with your smartphone is those of you who are camera shy, you can have the camera aimed at interesting scenery, things like that, and then talk right next to it for your postings. There's all kinds of creative ways to do that. But remember, we're going to be trying to increase our output from our smartphone. So, and again, I want to clarify. Most of these things we're talking about are matters of habit. They're not going to take lots of time. That's why once you get used to it, we're going to add to it. Because in the beginning, it's just getting used to the kind of postings. But remember, I told you, try to think of two-way postings. Try to target think of who you're talking to. Remember, you're trying to gain people to know you. All of us are doing this because this is how you build community, all right? So start getting those habits of trying to initiate conversations with other folks about things that we care about. And that could be your stuff. Just keep it in mind. We're going to talk about specific things that we're going to do. Now, let me spend this last 10 minutes. And it's less than 10 minutes.
May
It's
I ask you
7
a
minutes.
question?
Yes.
Is it better to log in through Facebook when it asks that, or create the account without it?
I think you should try both, but for now, you use the login with Facebook. Let me explain this. Because as a developer, this was a long time coming. And it's one of the key features of the new development. You guys may not have realized the whole idea within the development community was to make it so you could log in everywhere around the world with the same thing and connect it by choice. Once it became clear that Facebook and Twitter were the biggest things, then it became a thing allowing you to sign in with Facebook and Twitter and integrate those things with your other account. All of this gives you kind of a complete presence. So, in general, I think you should learn to log in with Facebook and those things just so you can get used to the integration. Remember, I want you to get used to the integration. A lot of things that you're doing are already integrated. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, specifically. As a minimum, make sure that whatever you go, when you go to YouTube, go to your settings and set your settings so that whatever you do up there is reflected at Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah,
That's going to give you the automatic postings, the kind that really don't count as much, right? We talked about that. But at least you'll get them. Just like on Mac's site and all the Ning sites, when you post in the blogs, like let's go take a look at Mac's site. When you post in this blog on Mac's site, let me mute this. See underneath they have the box, see? Where you can click the Twitter. See, that's when you post a blog at the Ning sites, you can simultaneously share it on Twitter. That's why when you register your accounts, you want to link your accounts. Now when you make a profile at anybody's site, you probably should connect, if you are offered, your Twitter, your Facebook, and or your YouTube accounts. So that it'll cross-post within your community.
right.
And then you got to be aware of where you post things so you don't get redundancy, where it does it twice.
Yeah.
Because you can do that too.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
Now, go on. Questions?
I'm here at Spoken Word. I want to start putting it in the, I want to start uploading the videos. Site leaders, where do you go?
You go to videos,
Yeah, I'm at that.
and then you go, it has an upload button. Add videos.
Well, that's what I do all the time. But you're saying
Right.
there's another
That's not the broadcast.
Right, okay. Then where do I go?
So the
with
first
that?
thing you have to get clear in your mind is that the broadcast versus
so-
the Ning website video section.
Okay, so
One is not a broadcast. One is just the video section where people can share videos.
Got it.
If you go look at it, it doesn't play anywhere, right?
Right, exactly. So the broadcast.
Okay, if you go up to the top of Spoken Word, there's a player, right?
Yeah, well, I gotta go
There's
back
a
to-
broadcast.
Yeah, okay, at the main site. Yeah,
Okay,
got it.
okay. Where's that coming from?
Spoken Word Live.
So that's what you have to
Streaming.
get clear.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
Okay, you have to be
Live
clear.
stream, Okay.
Okay, that's from live stream. It's
what it's
from
coming
live stream and it's embedded in the landing page at Spoken Word.
Okay, so in order to upload, I gotta go to live stream.
You have to upload
and
to
then start
live
uploading
stream
from
and
there.
learn to access. Remember, we just said,
Got
what is
that.
the number one thing that
that's
people
very
haven't done?
clear.
Now, remember,
Okay.
we did a show about accessing live stream, right?
Yeah. and-
Just recently.
Yeah.
We did a 3-part show.
Yeah, I can go to live stream.
So we can also come back and do this together. But remember, you have to be clear
Got it.
where you're uploading. And I also
Yes.
made it clear that when you go to live stream, when you want to access your account, you have to, I'll keep saying this, there are two parts to live stream. There are two main parts.
Yeah.
When you want to go to access your channel, the easiest way is to go livestream.com/studio. You're trying to access the studio. If you don't access it this way, then you're asking for troubles. You're going to access the other part of live stream. So when you want to access the part where you're controlling the broadcast, livestream.com/studio. If you're not accessing that way, you will access the incorrect part of live stream. You'll be in the other section, what they call the new live stream, which we are using too. And it can be confusing because you can actually make profiles in both.
Oh,
Have I said, and that's the issue PMC was already having.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I said, those of you who don't pay attention now, you're going to try to go in the wrong way. Everybody that comes to me, I keep going, where did I say log in? What?
Remember that studio?
Livestream.com/studio. Okay?
Okay.
That's where you want to log in to access your broadcast.
And it goes right to welcome to your virtual TV studio.
Right.
There. Boom.
Username, password.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you.
And then when you get into that, follow the instructions to upload. Now, we'll come back to that in the future, you guys, because that's the same issue for all of you. Remember, Mac has a channel too, broadcast, right? And Mac could be uploading his videos directly into this. He uploads them to his website. So I can't actually get to them to add them to other things. See, it doesn't allow me to pull it down. See, some places, well, I could, but it's too much work. So that's why I've been telling everybody to put their videos at YouTube, because that's the easiest way to spread them around. When you don't put them at YouTube, then you need to upload them into your Ning site, which you guys have been doing. That's what DeVoe's been doing, right?
We're having a great time.
And you can pull them across from YouTube into that, so that's way less work. But this is way different.
I've
This
been loving
is-
that. Is that what I
Right.
said? What you said?
This is way different. This is not
Yeah.
going to be fast. This is going to be slow.
Oh, okay.
When you upload videos into your live stream account, that's not the same as when you go to Ning and you paste the link from a YouTube video
Oh,
and it
it's not
automatically
like that?
pulls it off.
Oh.
No, it does not work like that. Can I make that clear?
Yeah. Okay.
This is going to take a while. You're going to go to a video and it's going to take 20 minutes to pull up.
Wow.
Because it's going to be uploading it from your computer through the internet.
This is stuff you have to do when you're doing other stuff. You do it.
Well, that's right. Exactly. Like Mac has to upload his broadcast, which is an hour audio, every week. So he has to upload it. Takes a little bit of time to do that. Okay?
Okay,
all right.
I'm at the site. I can tell you right now, this doesn't look quite easy.
Well, they have a help section that includes videos.
Okay, well.
So one thing about live stream, I told everybody, once you get inside, they have an extensive help section
Nice.
with videos. And I would watch every video
Okay.
3 times. I probably watched every video 9 times.
Yeah.
My username isn't what they is different from what they call me in the chat room, right? I can have a different name in the chat room than my username. Like my username is just Jezreel or Jezreel Valentine, whereas in the chat room I'm Jezzy.
Okay, so this way, again, well, that's a good question.
Thank
Your username is your account name, right?
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing has to do with if you're signing into that account, that's the whole point of having the same username all the time, right?
Okay. Right.
So that should always be the same username as much as possible everywhere you go. Now, the point is, remember, for you, I wasn't sure where you made the account. Remember, if it's the new live stream or the old live stream. But that's the whole thing. You may need an account in both. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so everybody has one. Mac, too. Now, I told Mac he might not have been able to access his because he misspelled the chief.
Oh.
I think it was Macport Townsend Chief or something. Cheif. Well, those are things we can work out. Remember, so everybody needs to be able to learn to access their own broadcast by using livestream.com/studio. If you can't,
Cool, I'm excited.
email me so we can work on that later, tomorrow or next week, okay?
Okay.
And for all of our viewers, remember, live stream, if you go to live stream, you remember there's two parts. There's a producer part where you want to produce your broadcast. It is state-of-the-art and free. Okay? And free. And we use them extensively. At one time, I had over 300 of these. Okay? That's the truth. Over 300.
That's crazy.
I managed over 300. We were doing a lot of shit.
Wow.
So now, I want you guys to manage your own, like DeVoe. No,
I have
theoretically.
like 17 people.
Well, DeVoe, you notice that your spoken word, you need to add those videos, certain ones, to the actual broadcast.
I'm going to, trust me now that I know, because look at my fan base.
Now, remember, as you're dealing with this,
Well, not my
keep in
family,
mind
they
some of the
like people.
copyright
Really.
issues. For now,
Oh,
upload.
yeah.
Don't upload the top 40 ones. Upload the indie ones.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay?
So is this what the homepage?
Because they have their own
Livestream-
copyright issues here at Livestream. They don't want you to, even though they don't police it that hard.
Okay.
Is this what it's supposed to look like? When you log in, it takes you here.
You log into what, Ustream?
Yeah, I just created an account.
You're asking me if that's what,
It took me here, and is this where I'm supposed to be? And then if so, how do I get there?
those are two different things. That's our broadcast at Ustream.
I thought I was trying to. That's what I'm trying to
So
get
no,
to.
no, you just made an account. So you're looking at Ustream.
Right, I made an account so that I could get to you.
Well, I've been saying, but why would you expect us to be
I
there?
didn't expect that, but I was asking you what comes next from here.
You'd have to
get
search
there.
us. All of them kind of work the same. All of them work the same. You log in, then you search for the stuff.
There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No,
Tell him that, Jesse.
even though Mac McAllister and them are talking about you, I'm not
Ain't
talking
nobody
about
talking
you.
about
Mac,
me.
last time I told you I printed it out. Hey, so you guys, okay? Well, we got to finish up soon.
Yeah,
We're already
I have-
over.
I have
Listen,
to
you
go.
guys, because we can still talk about yours after while I'm getting this broadcast.
I am such in a good place right now. Now I know what to do.
Yeah, but you have to download the videos to your computer. Do you know how to do that?
God,
Like the
it's always
videos,
something new to
the
learn.
videos that you have of yourself. Obviously, those are somewhere on your computer, right? Where are those?
No, there's some of them where I got on YouTube. Some are not on this.
Right,
remember,
but I'm
this
talking
is not
about
my
the ones
computer.
of you.
Right, some of them, yeah, are on here. There are in Movie Maker.
No, that's the software you use to make them. They're not in that. They're in a folder somewhere in your computer.
On video, yeah.
Okay. Because the vocabulary is important, so we'll work on that.
I'm awful with that, but yeah.
This is what I found: The Quiet Storm.
Yeah. Okay. That's not it, but that's cool.
You
Just
were
to-
nice though, Mario.
Why don't you
could've
just
been
go
really
there and click on that?
sarcastic.
Why don't you just go to the IMAX
right there.
and click on that?
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
I wrote
now,
that down.
okay, so
We're
next
about
week,
to
remember you guys,
close out the
remember
show.
everybody, the live stream thing, everybody has trouble with. So we're going to take that apart bit by bit, okay?
Okay.
But everybody has to get used to just logging in and looking around. If you can't log in,
grow,
let me
to
know,
grow, yeah.
and we'll work it out, okay? And I'll tell you
Okay.
how to do it. Okay, now, let me show you the other things quickly what's coming up, okay? And this is what we're going to be talking about with Jesse. For one, on Blog Talk Radio, we're going to be using that live and on the air. So what I want Jesse to do is to get used to logging in to Blog Talk Radio, okay, and opening up the studio. It comes with it. It's software. So when you log in, if you guys are watching, you're seeing it happen right in front of your eyes. I'm logging in, and you go studio right here. I hate they just did this. See, everybody just upgraded. Damn it. This is like today. This is their new layout. I forgot they emailed me like today or yesterday. Everybody's upgrading their layouts. Everybody.
Everybody's having
Twitter, Facebook, Blog Talk, YouTube, everybody, us too. It's that time of year.
Well, hopefully the mothership won't crack down.
Okay, now the Blog Talk Radio studio is actually the dashboard for controlling the call-ins. And it's, again, even with their free accounts, they're giving you all this extensive usability. Take a look.
Now let me hold you up for a second, because you hit a word that a lot of people may not know unless they go to the app. What does dashboard mean to those who don't use
Dashboard, control panel.
That's it.
Control panel.
Not menu.
No, because we tend to, when you go to a web page that lays out a bunch of controls, it tends to be called a control panel or a dashboard.
There you go.
When you go to live stream, studio, we would call that a control panel or a dashboard.
There you go.
Okay, so now, this is where you'll be calling in, and we'll be able to control the calls, and theoretically, Jezreel will learn how to use it.
Okay.
Okay, that's one. Okay, that's one, because the whole thing has to do with how we interact live on the air. What's the other one? Uvu. We're going to be reusing. So, those of you who want to log in and talk to us on Uvu, make sure you have a headset. The problem with Uvu is that anybody who logs in can bring echo and feedback. If you're not using a headset, that's what's going to happen. So Uvu has a video chat room.
Bring echo and feedback to us on our end, or they'll just get it?
No, we'll hear it.
Oh.
It'll get in the way.
Okay.
So now when you go to, for example, when you go to our broadcast, I'll show you what it looks like, you guys, so you can see. But it doesn't open up like this. I have to update this. On this computer, notice it wasn't opening. See, it was having some flash plug-in thing, see? Missing plug-in, trying to find the plug-in Firefox, next, blah, 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 all this bullshit. So this is why you have to have multiple browsers. Because I would just go to a different browser, and it'll probably work. Okay, so that's why I told you should just make sure you install Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and probably Safari. 4 different browsers. Okay, now see, like for example, but we're going to have the video chat room at Uvu, and theoretically, again, we're going to be using that on the air, Jezreel, again, as part of that. We're experimenting. A bunch of them have live chat rooms. So I've designed pages where you can access all of it simultaneously. And again, those of you, if you know, we used tonight, we told you to look at the IMAX view room. This is for the future, you guys. Check this out. So Jezzy is going to, there's also a ChatMax room. Now the ChatMax room.
There are more rooms.
Oh yeah, because they all have different combinations of sites where you can interact with them. On the ChatMax room, it has the chats from every place we are live. All the chats. That's why I call it ChatMax. So that we can have up to 5 places. See, theoretically, one day, you guys, we always attempt to simulcast to whatever the hot places are. I just add another computer.
Yes, we see.
See? So right now, we're simulcasting to tonight. You saw Ustream, Justin, live stream. For the future, this would be the Stickam video chat room. Below it, look at this. 4 different chat rooms. Ustream, Justin, Livestream, and Bamboozer. Ain't that crazy? I know. PMC. I know. Hey, you guys. I know. I'm not saying for y'all to ask. Remember, Jezzy has to deal with this because
too many damn rooms.
Well, right.
He said, I am lost.
But see, here's when we're live, what's so interesting though, this is where it gets interesting. If you get into different chat rooms, that's where it starts to be a little fun. Because remember, you could have one of the players playing, but you have all of the chat rooms.
That would be fun to you because you're neurotic.
Well, it makes a difference. Well, it makes a difference if you have people in the chat room.
Well, let me give you an example where you would think of this totally different. Let's say I do New Sports and you do Spoken Words to both.
Yeah.
But we all have the same amount of accounts at different places. Well, wonder if my New Sports is more popular, say, at Ustream. and I get more people talking there,
Yeah.
then I'm more apt to sit back and chat there for my segment. Now, I wonder if my hot picks is more popular at live stream.
Oh, well then.
So
that's
you
a
talk
whole
to the
different
community.
story. Yeah, then you have
Don't
to
look at
kinda-
the convergence of all of them there at the same time. It's where you go spend your time and get
When
the best
you're doing the-
feedback from your
yeah,
people.
okay, that
Just
makes sense.
look at this as the New York Central Grand Central Station, the meeting place, but everybody goes out to their different directions.
Right.
You're heading east, well, to the water,
Right.
and I'm heading somewhere else. Who's following me? Who's getting on the bus together with me? I
Yeah.
approach it that way, so I don't even look at
Well,
this
let me
that
give you
way.
an example.
Too many rooms. There's enough rooms for everybody.
And let me tell you
Everywhere.
why. When you stream to a community like Ustream and Justin, people there, it lights up. This show is live. So there are people who always jump in the chat room on the other channels, and they're like going, is anybody here?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Justin
See-
TV,
see?
out of all of them, they've been around for the longest.
Well, all of these, now
I know
remember,
Paris, a friend of mine was on there.
They've been
like
around, but-
6-7 years. more
well,
than-
right. Part of the reason why I picked these ones, these are the most popular sites. So you want to stream to the ones that have the most people. Ustream is by far. YouTube has not up until recently allowed you to stream to their site. It has been opened up. We are testing those things.
Right, and the part that you
Even
do,
though we don't have a real desire to do it that way for now. But for other reasons.
and here's the thing that will make it even easier for you. Where you spend the most time at before you go live will probably get you the people waiting to chat with you because you're actually doing it like spoken words. Where you go covet those people,
Yeah.
well, when you set up your account, well, you got to talk to people there.
Right.
But if you don't
Exactly.
visit it and you don't go in there and you just have the app sitting there, people are not going to come in there and talk just because you have it set up at a different location.
Right.
You have
See-
to actually work it, get the grassroots of it, get the people to pull
Totally.
in, and you're done.
Right.
See what he's saying? In other words, all these places we broadcast represent communities.
Right.
That's why the whole point of broadcasting to them is because you gain community. Let me show you this stat. Everybody can take a look at it. This is why I use Blog Talk Radio. I didn't want to do radio. I did it as an experiment, but I tripped off of the numbers. Okay?
Then you were hooked.
Take a look at the numbers on our archive listens. These are people who listen after the show is done at Blog Talk Radio. Where right now what I do is I upload at the end of the show. I take the video, and as I'm making the video, I export an MP3 file of the entire show.
Wow, okay.
And that goes up to Blog Talk Radio to replace the file that records while we're live. While we're live, it's recording the Blog Talk. But remember, we're using the speakerphone and all the other shit. So I replaced that file with of MP3 of the entire show. Look at the numbers.
But you got to give them what the numbers were before. Because
Okay,
it's
let me
irrelevant.
show you the numbers. Okay, look at this, because this is another reason why I was trying to tell Mac why you have to write metadata for shows, how it affects the listeners. They tell you this over and over again, but this is going to demonstrate it clearly. We used to upload all of our audio files to Blog Talk Radio, and they would be titled Morning Coffee with Mario and the date. Right?
Segment 1.
Segment, Monday, Morning Coffee with Mario, 118, da-da-da. Now, let me go back and show you the numbers when we did that. Okay? Back down here. Look at these numbers. And these have gone up because lately people are going back.
You need to say the numbers.
The numbers are 30, 40, 32, 34, 0.
Yep.
These are people that listen.
And
to
this
the
has
show.
gone up. Remember, you and I looked the other day, and it
Yeah.
was 4, right?
Yeah.
2. But now,
Right.
because we're doing different episodes, take a look at the numbers like last week.
Wow,
663, right? 134, 140,
Wait,
710.
You got a 2000.
2000. Right, the last show of the year got 2,045 listens.
Wow.
Do you understand? Is that clear?
Very clear.
So, Victor and I learned this a long time ago. Why? We have over 6,000 video clips that we've uploaded. It was over 6,000 2 years ago. The issue was the first 2,000 to 3,000, we didn't give it creative titles. We gave it titles like
2 to 3,000.
we gave it titles like Weekly Update and the Date.
God, that sounds so boring.
See now?
I could have told you that in the beginning, though.
Yeah, anyway, when you do now, here's the other thing. Victor would tell you this too. In the beginning, when we uploaded videos, we didn't do any tagging. Now, but you guys are going, what is tagging?
No, we're not.
No.
But a bunch are.
Okay.
Because tagging has to do with the way people search out your show. And if you aren't tagging your shows in a way that helps you with search, then you will see.
I have a
Okay, we got to get out of
here. I do a whole tag list, save it, cut and paste every
Oh,
time.
That's
you
very
go.
good.
Yes.
That's what we advise, even though then we have to get into the discussion of what your tags are.
Okay.
Because there's an issue of having too many tags and tags that are irrelevant. It actually starts to hurt you.
Oh, well, then I better hear that conversation.
That's why I try to warn people, because people think they should put in any word closely related, and actually that's not true. It
Okay.
actually will mess up your search results.
That is not.
So you want pertinent tags.
Yes.
Not
pertinent tag.
Okay. All right, you guys. So remember, tomorrow 7:30. That's enough for today. I just wanted to show you the stuff that's coming up. I showed you Blog Talk. I showed you Uvu. We talked about live stream. We got to get out because we have the rebroadcast coming at 9.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll be here tomorrow.
I
Go on,
won't
Vic.
be able to be here, guys. So miss me much.
Well, here's the part I'm going to ask about. We didn't get to the actual exercise of uploading the video. When will you think that's going to happen, Mario? What session?
Oh, we could. Well, depends. If other people are interested, we could do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Remember, let's do this first.
Defoe.
Yes.
On the way out. If you don't know how to download videos from YouTube, here's the issue. You have to, for the things we're talking about, you won't be able just to link to the YouTube video and bring it over. You will actually have to download the video from YouTube to your computer.
Yes, that's what
Now,
you
for
tell
those
me.
of you who don't know how to do that, here's the suggestion. Go to KeepVid, KeepVid.com. KeepVid. Now, by the way, for the future, learn to use Google search in a way that's proactive. For example, what do I mean? If you ever need to know things, Google it. You could always Google,
go back
how
to
do
it.
I download videos from YouTube? What's going to come back is a whole 30 pages of suggestions.
Yeah, Google is very good.
So what happens is that the apps change. That's why I never bother memorizing them, because I always go get the newest one. So don't worry. See, if you learn to Google stuff, you don't have to memorize it. If you learn to go search, how do I download videos from YouTube? They will tell you things that work. There's a bunch of them that work. The one I use right now is keepvid.com. So download the videos you want to your hard drive, put them in a folder called videos to upload, and then we'll talk about uploading them. And again, for Mac, know where yours are, because again, you can be adding those to the broadcast. Okay? All right, everybody? So we're going to get off the air now. We got to get ready for the broadcast.
Love you all.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye. Sorry I wasn't in the chat room too much, but I'm doing...